Yeah.
Hello, I'm here to tell you about another location of Casanova's. So another edition of Quattro Minuti con Casanova. I am in Campo Manin, named after Daniele Manin, who actually lived in this red house. But I'm going to tell you a different story about this red house that relates to my guy, Casanova. So I got some notes here because I have a lot of names to tell you about. This was the house of a Signor Pai. And he comes into the story because he was an older fellow, but he had a relationship with this younger woman who was a courtesan. And her name was Giulietta Ursula Preato, though she had the nickname of La Cavamacchia, which means the cleaner. That's because her father did laundry for people, and she would deliver the laundry to people. And so when she delivered the clean laundry to this Signor Pai, she got this nickname, La Cavamacchia. But he saw her when she was apparently only 11 years old, and he thought she was pretty cute. So she became his lover. Some people said she was 14, but other records say she was 11. So I'm not too sure about those details, but anyway, she was very young to be with this much older guy. Now, she had kind of a reputation that wasn't always so great. Part of her good reputation was that men were willing to pay a lot of money to sleep with her. Just oodles and oodles of money. She apparently went to Vienna for a while to try to be a singer, and here's where the not so good reputation came in. She was a terrible singer. In fact, they kicked her out of Vienna because her singing was so bad. So she came back to Venice, but she had all these wealthy lovers who paid lots of money, so I guess life was still good for her. Well, Casanova knew the circle of people that she knew, and so he said that her singing was less than mediocre, which is not a very nice thing to say. He did say she had beautiful blue eyes, this sort of natural iridescent blue, so that was a nice compliment. But here's another thing he said. He said that her bosom was simply a broad, beautiful table on which a fichu was artfully disposed to make one imagine that the dishes one wishes to find in such a place were indeed there. In other words, there was nothing there. It was just sort of artfully displayed. So she heard this insult. He kind of said it publicly, and she was not happy. She then called him a stupid oaf, and she said that publicly. So they kind of had this animosity going between them. He also said that she could be attractive only to exhausted appetites. So lots of ugly words going around here, not one of Casanova's better moments. Well, she did eventually have the lover Angelo Querini, who was a good friend with Casanova, and in fact they were lovers for so long. When Angelo died and later when she died, they were actually buried in the same grave. So I guess she had a good end and she was well taken care of. But we get her story, we know about her and Angelo Querini and Signor Pai because Signor Pai lived here in this house.